Everybody, my name is Greg, and through God's graces, I'm a recovering addict.
Hi, Greg.
Okay, I have a sobriety date. It's November 7th, 2018. Today makes day 100 for me. I've got a sponsor. He's right here, it's Andy. And he's a very, very big part of my recovery. Sponsorship is very, very important. And I'm going to give my story. And just to start, when I was a kid, man, I was born in Park Forest, the south suburbs, middle class area. Nobody out on the block saying rocks blows, no stuff like that, And growing up, I was a happy kid, played sports, did things like that. But when my parents got divorced, it was like I didn't really understand why. I didn't understand what happened. I thought that it was my fault. So I was about like 10 years old, 11 years old, and I had a friend that I used to go over to his house all the time, and they would invite me to dinner. They were the family that every day they ate dinner at 5:30. They all sat around the table. The dad would sit there and ask everybody how their day was going and actually listened. And that was the best thing that I've ever seen. My father, he's an alcoholic, and he worked all the time. He wasn't there, and when he was there, he was drinking. My first memory of him is, going underneath the kitchen sink and grabbing something and drinking it. I didn't understand what it was, but once I found out what alcohol was, he was drinking Skull vodka, straight. That's some nasty shit, man, for real. So, those were the things that drove me to want to be accepted. I wanted to be loved, and that other family, they loved me. And I liked them more than I liked my own family. I wanted to be a part of their family, And as I grew up, I wanted to be a part of something so bad that it drove me to doing a lot of things that I never thought that I would do. I had a lot of different groups of friends. In high school, I played sports. So I had the baseball friends, I had the chess club friends, and I had those friends we used to smoke weed behind the gym, And whoever I was with, those are the things that I did, And over time, it just became progressively worse. I would drink every single day. I would get high. I started off smoking weed, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to get more. I felt good. I wanted to feel better. I felt bad. I wanted to feel better, And some people say like it wasn't fun. It was fun in the beginning. It was fun to get fucked up. It was fun to go to that world that in my head I was God and nobody else mattered. And that led me to become a tornado of everyone's life. I was a parasite. If you ran into contact with me, my whole motivation was to get whatever I could get out of you. And to hell with your feelings. Family, they didn't matter. Girlfriend, that didn't matter. Nothing mattered besides me. I was just completely selfish. And that was the driving factor for everything in my life, was my own desires. And, those things, I think back about those things, and I am remorseful, and I have to deal with those things because they're what I did. I am that person, And just moving forward, what really happened? So this was November 6th. No, this was maybe like a couple weeks before that. I was living on the west side, and at this point, I'm smoking crack every day, shooting heroin, getting drunk, and a friend of mine, him and I, we were, man, thick as thieves. We hustled together, we got high together, everything. And I overdosed, and he saved me. He hit me with the Narcan. That wasn't enough to make me stop using. And then he saved me again, And it came to the point where he was overdosing. He was really bad, man. And I told him that I'm gonna call the paramedics. I'm like, man, you need help, man. I'm gonna call the paramedics. And he told me no. And in my head, I knew, like, man, like he really needs some help, but I didn't really want to deal with him. So I left. I said, I'll be back. I left. And when it got high, and when I came back, he was dead. And, you know, I blame myself for that, even to this day. I mean, I came to terms with what it is, but at the end of the day, I could have saved him. But I wanted to go get high, you know. And after that situation happened, I really looked at what it was that I had become. Just a nobody, a nothing. Just an empty shell of a person that I was 170 pounds, maybe, you know, and I needed to get help. So a person told me, man, you should go to Haymarket. I didn't know anything about detox. I didn't know anything about where to go. I didn't have no insurance. I didn't have anything. I just had a desire to want to change. I needed help, you know, and I tried to come here. And they told me, and you don't have insurance. I pissed in the cup, and I had heroin in my system, but they told me, you can wait. And I said, no, if I wait, I'm going to go and get high because I'm dope sick. I got to get this dope, you know, and I ended up making it to LSSI, and they took me in. And this whole time, I didn't have any money. All I had was like 18 cents, man. I had 18 cents in my pocket, and I talked my way on the bus, talked my way all around the city trying to get into a detox, and they took me at LSSI, and I told the lady, you know, what had happened with me. I was stinking, full Coon Man beard, buckwheat by the head, just toe up completely. And the lady listened, and she said, baby, it's going to be okay. Gave me some soap, a towel. I took a shower, and I went to the room. And I tried to lay down in the bed, and I couldn't sleep in the bed because it was too soft. I was used to sleeping in the truck and sleeping in parks and, you know, all these other things that a normal person doesn't do. But that's the situation I found myself in. And that night, I made an honest prayer. I said, God, I need your help. If you're listening, please help me. And from that day forward, God showed up, and showed up in a very, very big way for me. I had people that I didn't even know come to me and bring me clothes, shoes, you know, all the things that I didn't even have, man. This was November. I had on a pair of sandals, pants too small, shirt that was way up here, you know, and God allowed these people to see something in me that I didn't see in myself, because I didn't want to live. I didn't want my life. I gave my life to God that day. And I told him, if you help me, I will never do this again. Just an honest prayer. And, you know, things have gotten better. They say a life beyond your wildest dreams. I could dream some pretty wild shit. And I don't have that. You know, I'm not going to lie. But what I do have is a peace of mind. And I have God in my heart, you know, and through that, it makes things a little bit better. It's not that the life I have is that great. I still have problems. I still make mistakes on a regular basis, but I don't make the mistake of going back out and using, because I know that if I go out and take a drink, everything that I have right now is going to be gone. All the little stuff that I have, my family has come back, my girlfriend has come back, they will leave again, you know, and not because they want to leave, because I'm a distance myself from them. When I was getting high, I didn't want to be around nobody. I wanted to go get high, because you're going to tell me something that I don't want to hear. You're going to tell me the truth, like, man, you got a problem. I didn't want to hear that I got a problem. I want to get high, you know, to deal with those emotions that normal people are able to deal with. But I'm an addict, you know, and anything that I do, I'm going to do to excess. I like to, you know, like women, I'm going to have sex to excess. I like to gamble. I like to play cards. I'm going to do that, you know. So I try to find a healthy balance, you know, and stay connected to AA because I wanted to be part of something so bad. I didn't know that I can be part of AA. And AA is a great fellowship because there are people who see me in a meeting and they come up to me and give me a hug and say, hey, man, Greg, I'm glad you're back. And they don't want anything from me. They just want me to come and help the next person, like how I was helped. And that's why I'm here tonight, because I have to stay connected. I have to try to help somebody because my misery is my ministry now. I went through these things so I can tell somebody about it so that they know, man, there's hope out there for us. All we have to do is take that first step, man. And everybody that's here, man, we're all taking that first step. You know, and just one last thing, you know, there was a reading that they read at this candlelight meeting that I went to, and we meditated for a minute. It's out of the 12 and 12. And I just want to read that as I close. It's step 11. Okay, here it is right here. And for me, this is what God has for us. This is what God is for me. Lord, make me a channel of thy peace, that where there is hatred, I may bring love, that where there is wrong, I may bring the spirit of forgiveness, that where there is discord, I may bring harmony, that where there is error, I may bring truth, that where there is doubt, I may bring faith, that where there is despair, I may bring hope, that where there are shadows, I may bring light, that where there is sadness, I may bring joy. Lord, grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, to understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. For it is by self-forgetting that one finds, it is by forgiving that one is forgiven. It is by dying that one awakens to eternal life. You know, and that's what God is to me, brother. He wants me to love everyone. He doesn't want me to be mad. He doesn't want me to hurt. He wants me to be peaceful. And there's peace in AA today for me and for everybody else who decides to accept that way of life. And that's all I got, man.